Let's start with our social sack. James Harrison posted an Instagram, captioned it, finally a teammate that's older than me. Harrison is 39 years old, and that picture, of course, with Tom Brady, who is 40, and I liked Brady commented on it, let's get it, and then Edelman with some lightning emojis and hashtag respect your elders.
Yeah, two Kent State alums.
Golden flashes.
Yeah, so let's talk about this signing. Even though Bill Belichick is downplaying it, and Harrison has played in only 5 games so far this season, how much of an impact do you think he can have on this Patriots defense, other than perhaps providing intel should the two teams, the Steelers and the Patriots, meet in the AFC Championship game?
I think as much as we would like juicy quotes on James Harrison for Bill Belichick to keep going on and on and on about him, I think the wait-and-see approach here is smart by Bill Belichick, because this could turn out to be, Steven Jackson 2015 all over again with James Harrison. You just have no idea what he has left at this point. He did look decent in some games that he played, but obviously there was a reason why he only played 40 defensive snaps for the Steelers this season, only played in 5 games. So I think the wait-and-see approach is the smart one in this case. I will say that there is an interesting playoff matchup on the horizon where if the Patriots play the Chiefs, James Harrison has had a ton of success against Chiefs left tackle Eric Fisher. So that could kind of play into why the Patriots wanted to bring Harrison in. He seems to get a sack on Alex Smith every time he plays the Chiefs. He really is Eric Fisher's kryptonite. So I don't know if they'll get to that point. I don't know how Harrison will play in the meantime, but it's worth seeing what the guy has, because the Patriots are so shallow at defensive end and outside linebacker right now.
Yeah, the Patriots need to see why he's only played 40 defensive snaps this season. Is it just because he hasn't been able to crack a rotation with Bud Dupree and TJ Watt and Anthony Ciccarello in there? Or is it because he's 39, he's the oldest defensive player in the league, and he just doesn't have it anymore? I think it's probably somewhere in the middle. I don't think you're going to see a James Harrison as dominant as he was even at the end of last season. I mean, he was an incredible pass rusher over the last 4 or 5 weeks of last season into the playoffs before not really doing much in the AFC Championship game. But like you said, I mean, they really can't get much worse on the edge right now. I mean, Eric Lee's has had some nice games against the pass, but he's really not much of a run defender. Marquise Flowers the same way. Dietrich Wise has been pretty streaky as a rookie so far. So, and especially with Kyle Van Noy still dealing with an injury, they really don't have a ton of consistency there on the edge. So James Harrison can't really hurt. I mean, he's just here for the playoffs. If he doesn't pan out, then they took a shot and it didn't work.
They need all the help they can get. And I feel like this is something that they do kind of every year, maybe not this early on, but I feel like they always do bring in a former whoever their playoff opponent might end up being to help them out intel-wise. So, and it's interesting that you bring up the Chiefs, because that is a potential AFC Championship or matchup or divisional round matchup. And I wanted to bring that up, is that rewind. Get a little rewind. Thank you, Doug.
That was a good one.
That was a really good one. To when the infamous podcast of me that I might end up eating my words for, but I did say in that prediction that I remember you guys asked me who I was afraid of in the AFC. The time I said the Chiefs, I realized a lot has changed since then. However, looking at playoffs, I do feel like I don't think anyone can come into Foxborough if the Patriots do lock up the 1 seed and have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. I honestly don't see anyone stopping them, but if anyone were to stop them, I do still worry a little bit about the Chiefs. So it's interesting that Harrison could help the Patriots out with either the Chiefs and or the Steelers.
I'm not entirely sure why, but I can't fathom any situation where the Chiefs come in here and beat the Patriots again. If that matchup were to happen in the divisional round, I would predict a 25-point Patriots victory, which is kind of crazy considering that the Chiefs beat them pretty soundly back in Week 1. But yeah, I mean, especially now with James Harrison in here.
With 5 sacks by James Harrison.
It was basically that's the only game this season James Harrison has played extensive snaps. And before that game, the Steelers defensive coordinator came out and said, he's like, yeah, we're going to play James Harrison a lot in this game because he owns Eric Fisher. And he went out there and he owned Eric Fisher, as he usually does.